Obviously a massive game tomorrow. How are you and the players feeling ahead of it?
Very good, very excited. Obviously we have a little bad result a couple of weeks ago, or now 3-4 weeks ago, and we needed to put things right. And I thought last game we were outstanding against a very good team, so the confidence is very high. We know we are going to face potentially the favourites to win the league, but that also motivates us more. So yeah, looking forward to the game, and I think the girls train like they want it. So hopefully we can compete at our best and hopefully get something from the game.
Yeah, just a point obviously separating you guys, and we know how important these head-to-heads can be against yourselves, Glasgow City as well. And does that give that motivation? You talk about a little extra boost perhaps going in to get the result?
The motivation is where the hoops in any game. That's the motivation. But then also facing the biggest rivals is also extra plus because it means more for the fans, and for us that's something massive. But yeah, it's, as you say, it's a point. We are fighting for 3 points. Whatever happens, I don't think it's going to be decisive for the league because we have to play them another 3 times. But definitely we will love to have the win, and we will fight to try to get it.
So successful in the Cups last season against Rangers, but the league obviously just evading. And I guess, will that give the players something going into a league game to think to try and maybe turn that around and switch it back in Celtic's favour?
Yeah, obviously, we are realistic. There is a team that hasn't lost a league game for a year and a half. That's incredible. Obviously, they've done a massive investment that now for 3 years in a row, so they are getting the results for that. So we know they are the favourites. We know it's very difficult. Last year, I think our performance against them in the league, 2 of them weren't bad at all, but just probably the a little bit more quality they have, especially up front with Jane Ross, kill us. But we were disappointed with our head-to-head in the league. In the cup, we managed to knock them in both cups, and we won both titles, so absolutely delighted. This year, we want to be more competitive in the league, and hopefully we manage to start winning games against them. That's what we are working for.
And just finally from me, Fran, I wanted to ask you about women's game as a whole. We've seen it come under the SPFL's remit in the summer there. Do you notice that progression within the last few months? Are you seeing much of a difference in the league and how it's format?
I do. Unfortunately, I have to say I see a massive impact in England. In Scotland, it's a growth, but I think we all can do a little bit more to grow the game, but we are definitely in the right direction. So yeah, I think the women's game is in a good place, and I think we are in a very, very low place compared to how we'll be next year or the year before. So with the work of all of you guys and of us, I think we are all making it step by step happening.
Hi Fran, you said that Rangers are the favourites going into this game. Does that put the pressure more on them, do you feel then?
Yeah, I think obviously they are the champions, biggest budget, and they haven't lost in the league for a year and a half. Obviously they are the favourites. We know that, and we need to be realistic. They are the favourites. We are a very good team. I think we are a better team than we were last year. But we know, beating them is very, very difficult. Can we do it? Yeah, we did twice last year, but it's going to be very tough. So definitely the favourites, we don't mind saying it because we feel like that. The pressure is on them, I believe so. But we go with a lot of enthusiasm, with a lot of passion, and knowing that we were the only team in the country that beat them last year. So hopefully this year we are the first to beat them.
How much confidence does that give you going into this game and that you were the only team to beat them?
Yeah, but this obviously it was last year and it was a different team. What gives me confidence is our last performance against a very good hard side and the way the girls train. I can feel the hunger, I can feel the passion, and for me that's the most important thing because that's the weapons we got. Maybe technical ability or experience or whatever, maybe we are not quite at the same level yet than then, but if we match up this with passion, with heart, then maybe we can get a good result, and that's what we are going to try.
Just finally, what advice would you give to the girls who aren't so used to playing against Rangers compared to the ones who have done it and been there a couple of times already?
Yeah, so you will see the team selection. So really, a few of the girls that they have played against Rangers, and it's a very good question because it's important. It's important to be able to compete against a very good team. The mental aspect in those games is very important, especially a away game, potentially with a big crowd. Hopefully, with a big crowd, it could be intimidating for some of our more inexperienced players or somebody who hasn't experienced that game. So this is a big factor. So I think I don't have to tell them anything. I think between them, the more experienced players, they always help and guide the younger players. But what is important is to have a very, very clear game plan. So there is no doubts, and that's what the girls has execute very well this week, and hopefully we can put it in place to perfection tomorrow.
Fran, I know that you were disappointed with the performance against Glasgow City a couple of weeks ago. Is that something that can help you going into this game, that experience, just to say you have to turn up on these big games, we have to learn from that disappointment and harness it going into a game such as tomorrow's?
Yeah, definitely. I think it helped us. Obviously, it's a different situation. It was a pitch that is small, and our expansive football is not a pitch that helps. It's a lot more balls in the air, which is not the way we train. But to win these games, we have to win it regardless of how the game plan is or how the game end up being. So we are definitely disappointed, not only for the last City game, but obviously in the league. Last year, we managed to get a draw, and then 5 defeats. This wasn't good enough for us. I think it was a little bit down to, it was some decisions, some bad luck, whatever, but a little bit lack of experience. This year we have much more experience, so I think we are going to be better competing into these big games. The first one didn't go our way, and for me the most worrying thing was the performance, not necessarily the result, but I'm sure tomorrow the girls are going to have a totally different type of performance. So, and then I will tell you, yeah, we learned the lesson, hopefully.
And I suppose you draw on the experience of beating Rangers in the cup tournaments last term. I think just the fact that they've gone unbeaten for so long, it's maybe just important for your players to say, well, they're not infallible, it's possible to defeat them.
Yeah, of course. I think that win the league unbeaten is incredible. It's an incredible achievement, especially when another team has won the previous 14 leagues in a row. It's incredible, really. It was an unbelievable achievement. But that team that year only lost 2 games and both against us. So of course that gives us belief that even when in the league we weren't competitive enough, we are always good enough to beat them in a game, and that's what we are going to try tomorrow.
Hi Fran, it's probably the first time you'll be playing against a large hostile crowd. Any other time when it's been a big crowd, it's been mostly Celtic fans at the 2 cup finals. How will the team cope with that?
I personally love it. I love bigger crowds. Of course, if there are Celtic fans, even better. But even if it's away fans, I love big crowds. I think our players react very well. They show it for most of the games. Of course, with some games that didn't go our way, but we are good under pressure. And the more pressure, normally the players react better. So I hope it's a very, very big crowd, and I think the players won't be intimidated even if it's a not very nice crowd towards us. I don't think the players will care. I think that will motivate them. So just for the sake of the game, of the women game, I hope a massive crowd and a lot of passion and a good game to please them.
Against Glasgow City, Amy Gallagher was very unfortunate not to be awarded a penalty kick. How important is it that we have a strong referee performance tomorrow?
Yeah, obviously, I don't want to blame referees, because if we don't win the game, okay, that might be an action that could help us. But we got opportunities to kill the game with 1-1. We got a clear 1-on-1 against the keeper, and then we didn't put it away. If we scored that goal, we wouldn't be talking. But yeah, it's important that if we lose the game, it's because the other team is the better, and not because you don't want a referee to make a mistake. But the same that we make mistakes, sometimes they will make the mistakes. But I hope we are going to have a good performance for the referee, and the best team will win.
How's Jacinta after the suspension, and Clarissa after coming back from representing Canada against Brazil?
Yeah, they are both flying, looking forward. Obviously, I won't say if one or both are playing, but if they are playing, they will make a massive impact, because obviously Jacinta hasn't played for a couple of games now, so she can wait. She can wait to play, because she was on fire, second top goal scorer in the league, and obviously that's with 2 less games than everyone else. She can't wait to play. So if she come on or if she start, I think she's going to have a good game. And then Clarissa, obviously, she came with from a long trip from Brazil. And then obviously we have to give her a little bit of rest. We couldn't start her, but if we need her, she will be ready to start and fresh enough to start.
Last one from me, Fran. Fair play to Rangers for getting a big crowd out tomorrow. How important is it for the Celtic fans to respond next week against Dundee United when we're at home?
I think they will. I think this year our fans, even when we play away Dundee United, a few of the fans travel all the way there. It was great to see them there. It was great to give them a great performance and a great result. So yeah, it's important. I think a few of us, of our fans, will be there tomorrow. But yeah, it's important to respond in a better way and try to get even a better crowd at Airdrie. I think the club is providing some help in terms of transport from the train to the stadium. So hopefully that encourages a few more fans, and then we have a huge crowd and a very special day. But at the moment, the only thing that matters is obviously to try to win tomorrow.
I watched the Hearts game. There was no Jacinta, no chance, and no Larissa until she came in later as a substitute. But your team organized very good attacking without these three people. So my impression is Celtic women have become much stronger. What do you think of this year's Celtic women?
Yeah, for me it's a nightmare to pick the team because every single week I have to leave on the bench 3 players that really deserve to start. This week has been the same. Today I have 3 conversations with 3 players saying you are unlucky not to start, you deserve to start. But that's the reason I picked somebody else. It's a good problem to have because I know, like last week, if you saw last week, even a player like Maria McAneny, who has been injured for a little while, she came for the first time in a competitive game for many, many weeks. Assist, hit the crossbar in a free kick, another great save from the keeper, so massive impact. And that's what we got this year. I agree with you, we have a lot of quality, and that's very important, especially in the league. In the cup is one game, but in the league is consistency. So you need a strong squad, and I think this is what we have. So hopefully tomorrow, not only we will have a good game plan and a good game, but the players coming from the bench, they will make a massive impact. I think they are getting ready for that.
Have you been watching the World Cup, Fran? Have you been enjoying the World Cup last
Yeah, I watched. I don't know if you watched. Did you watch a team in red with winning 7-0? That was quite exciting.
Thought you might bring that up.
Yeah.
Are you
Nice
in with
being.
a chance this year, do you think? Are you in with a chance, do you think?
I think, in all honesty, I would love it, of course, because Scotland is not obviously in the World Cup, so now my team is Spain. But I think it's maybe a year too early. Maybe this generation is very, very young, so in the big games, I don't know how they are going to respond, but based on the first game, wow, that was outstanding. It was a great, great performance, very impressive. I just think, teams like Brazil or France, they look so strong, and the depth of the squad is incredible.
Why do you think Tegan Boyd, 24, on Sunday before the game training, she was so high tension, and then second half she arrived pitch, she was so active.
Yeah.
Is she complete for back to confidence? Because our image is just still missing a PK just fine, but now she getting stronger or stable?
Tegan played most of the games last season, even not starting every game, but she played most of the games. This year, obviously, players in her position has come, very, very strong players and more experience. So she's finding a little bit more difficult to start games, but she's fighting. She's fighting in training. She's earning her spots. And last week, she was outstanding when she came on, breaking lines with the pace, much more high in confidence, and she got a lot of chances because of the way she's trained. She got a lot of chances of playing tomorrow. Obviously, I won't say if she started or if she comes from the bench, but she got a lot of chances of playing.